You have come. Good. Now that you are ready to continue, I know what must be done. You and Phasma Hume are to steal the Amulet of Rithen. The unbeliever has been attentive for once. He is eager to prove himself, so he will help you on this mission. The amulet is the object I want you to steal. That is the only information you require. Rithen is a labyrinth of curious make. You will work with another traveler, Phasma Hume, to navigate its depths. Phasma does not take his worship of the Hierophant to Heartshade. He will learn the need for respect during this job.
So you got all that right? The Hierophant is sending us to Rithen. I always took the Hierophant for a horned beast, telling thieves what to steal, telling the free to worship. Some leader. I came here looking to get away from orders, but it seems you travellers follow commands like everyone else. I left a life of luxury behind to become one of the travellers of legend, like Spinning Tom or even Mare and Irian in the old days. I left the law and rules and trappings when I joined up, only to be saddled with a new seer. More like a new overseer. Right, here I am, jabbering like a thrice-damned malt worm. Or the Hierophant, take your pick. You go to Rithen by the main entrance. I'll take another path, and I'll meet you in there. Heard about that, did you? It seems it was starting to be recognized if the Hierophant asked for us to steal it. Ain't ashamed to say I've figured our guy to be nothing but a barrel-gated loggerhead. But maybe they'll do right by me this time. Runs the show, literally. Thinks we should all be in garters and lip paint. His wife, Mare, used to keep him in control, but now she's left him. Can't imagine why. Mare? Well, she seems like a talented enough woman, but she's soft-headed for that damned Hierophant. I heard about her leaving Irian. Maybe the time away from the old seer will give her some clear thought, for once. Mooncap is fine. I mean, it seems all the travellers would rather rob a noble woman's rouge than her purse, but I'm not judging. The leadership here does lap up the words of the Hierophant, though, like a bunch of mangy curs looking for a morsel. A great traveller's name is on the lips of every tavern maid given enough time. They're the ones with true legacy. The place is ghostly, dankish and strange. All of Tywilly was scarred by the war. But now, the tower's full of deserters. Let's move.
Among echoes of golden coasts and silver seas, Lyria drew near. She saw the priestess asleep, reclined on dark earth amidst the cypress trees. Under the gleam of heaven's dusk reflected, the mirror that tantalized the stars, Lyria whispered to Tyrion, "On rocky spur of sable stone shall heaven's mount prove, is a seat of elegance near kin, a shard of night to glisten in the foam, a spire from the seabed to drip from the sky's veil. There will your people be closest to my voice." And so awoke Beala Tyrion, the calm and majestic, to see the cliffs against the coast, and Lyria's throne before her.
So, you made it. Remember, there's more than just your reputation on the line. I hope you're ready. Right. Looks like there's a lever on my side. Looks like it opens something on your side. Remember me? Made it through fine, I see. Time to return the favor. The way forward is blocked. Can you see a lever on your side? Good riddance. There's a problem. I can't find a way forward anymore. I didn't see anything that would help us. I think you're up again. Is there anything on your side? Good riddance. What was that? Oh! Oh, hell!
Get him off!
Well, looks as though we made it, despite what the Hierophant predicted. So much for her vaunted prophesying. The door opens with 2 pressure plates. You stand on one, and I'll stand on the other. Yeah? What? Ah! It burns! I can't move!
Well, ain't this a sight to take in? My own little dove, all grown up and robbing this place with no care for want nor cause. Took a bit of doing to track you and poor Phasma down here, but when I heard what job you were on, I had to find you. The Hierophant had it in for me. Meant to see me on a noose for not being a quiet little servant. So I left the Travellers. I guess as long as I got a message, it didn't matter if I was dead or not. Hierophant's mistake. I had to learn what I could of the Hierophant, and that all brought me here, to you. I've been off in the dark for a while, Dove, and I'm sorry for that, after all you did for me and I understand. But I had to go underground. I had to do a little digging, and I found a bit, Dove. I found quite a bit. I told you the Hierophant set me up. Well, just in case you had any doubts, the Hierophant set you and Phasma up here. Think, Dove. True, Phasma ran his mouth about the Hierophant, but you're a separate case. I did some digging. The Hierophant sees all, knows all, so they say. Except you. And that makes you a threat. You were both sent here because the Hierophant knew at least one of you would be cursed. So I came to help. We helped pull Phasma. I heard the job would take you to Rithen, and I learned about the amulet. This gem should be able to negate the curse. Give it to Phasma, will you? It's most likely what's behind this insurrection. Some amulet of Telogris disguised as a gift. Always check a gem for flaws, Dove. The Hierophant had it in for me. Meant to see me on a noose for not being a quiet little servant. So I left the Travellers. I guess as long as I got the message, I had to learn what I could of the Hierophant. And that all brought me here. Strange place, ain't it? The old captain here got fed up with the army's incompetence, so now they're in revolt. Use that gem I gave you on the amulet that cursed him. That should set him right again.
You saved me. When I was trapped in that curse, I didn't know what would happen. But you saved me. And Grim's here. Grim Olwig? They said he was dead. You should speak to him. It looks like you're the one he came for. Keep going.
Good to see Phasma's back among the moving. Let's make sure we don't let the Hierophant get him. If you see Irian, tell him Phasma died. But on to other things. You've been running around these lands like a good traveller, Dove. But now, I have a job for you. We've all tasted the Hierophant's malice. Now let's make sure we return the favour. I got a plan, Dove. We're doing more than getting our revenge. We're removing the Hierophant from power to rule the Travellers no more. The Hierophant meant for me to die while stealing a certain book, the Missives of Sable, which you traded to the gnomes for my freedom. I can think of no better weapon for my revenge. But the gnomes have hidden it away. I need you to steal the glass of ambient to help us locate it. Look, Dove. The Hierophant don't know we're alive, and when we're found out, we'll be in danger again. But it's worse than that. The Hierophant's not just getting rid of dissidents, they're keeping the Travellers untalented, and thus dependent. In time, the Travellers will be nothing more than suckling babes, dependent on the Hierophant for survival. It's an ancient bit of Irathi magic. It's older than these lands. Or even older than the Fae, I reckon. With the right thought, it shows the object of one's desire, if it be a familiar thing. Meaning we can use it to find the missives once more. It's unlucky, Dove, but it's your lot. The Hierophant sees all, knows all. Except for you. It's in an old Irathi ruin to the south, called the Blackened Hall. Between you and the glass is an army of demons, and 3 trials. To bypass the trials, I left you a gift at the dungeon's entrance. Buru's boots. Those, along with the amulet you and Phasma stole, should help. The glass is powerful, Dove, and well guarded. But you're the only one who walks free of the Hierophant's gaze. It's all up to you. There's the Isle of Flame, where any who aren't quick on their feet will burn. Use Buru's boots to tread safely through them. Then there's the Dark Maze, a labyrinth of hidden paths. You'll just have to find a way through, Dove. Lastly is the Guardian. They say it's a demon that can't be killed. But if you use the Rhythm Amulet, you can curse it like Phasma was. Nasty bit of ruin from what I heard. Legend says an old king reigned there with his wife. Wonderful too, I reckon. Halls of flame, magical mazes. But it's a bad ending. His wife was a monster all along. And by monster, I mean demon. So the story goes, at any rate. Will take a thief of good class to break in. And I think you're just the fit, Dove. There's the Isle of Flame, where any who aren't quick on their feet will burn. Now then there's the Dark Maid. Lastly is the Guardian. They say it's an Iskaru that can't be killed. The story goes that they're drawn to the glass like thieves to a jewel. Wouldn't doubt it. The hall is a strange place by all accounts. Supposedly, they thought the glass could help them see, but the Guardian will let nothing near. Magical treasure, crafted by the Arathi. Once owned by the King of the Blackened Hall, and now guarded by his queen. We can use it to find the missives of Sable, and the gnomes have that book so well hidden, there ain't no other way. An Iskaru, Dove. Legends say she fooled the King of Blackened Hall, slipped in and took it right over. Thought you might need to rely on a bit more than your odd luck on this one, Dove. So I got you Buru's boots and the Amulet of Rhythm. I meant to get the Master's pick as well, but sometimes, Dove, you have to make do with your own hen's eggs. Now, use them as you wish, but they ain't got much magic left in them, so be warned, they won't last you forever. It's in the Blackened Hall. Place has a nasty reputation of being, well, a death sentence. The trials within aren't insurmountable. I nabbed a few familiar items to help you with them. Buru's boots and the Amulet of Rhythm. You've got your work cut out for you, Dove. And I've mine to do as well. Let's get moving.
These walls are grown, are built of stone. Lovingly this place was crafted. You see the lights, the mystic halls of ordered reality? They are the faces of the missing, the embodied truth of the lost souls. There are so many of them. Still, you can see them. They are like pathetic charades. Some with good intentions, and you can't fault them that. But the majority of them are just a hoax. Needless to say, I don't like it here. You could have stayed free and lived a comfortable life, but you couldn't settle the disquiet that haunts people like you. These walls are grown, are built of stone. Lovingly this place was crafted. You see the lights, the mystic halls of ordered reality? They are the faces of the missing, the embodied truth of the lost souls. There are so many of them. Still, you can see them. They are like pathetic charades. Some with good intentions, and you can't fault them that. But the majority of them are just a hoax. Needless to say, I don't like it here. You could have stayed free and lived a comfortable life, but you couldn't settle the disquiet that haunts people like you.